Welcome to the show. We are back in studio after a little while, a little hiatus. Sam, how are you?
I'm pretty good. That's quite the shirt to be making your grand comeback in.
Hey, don't call it a
But
comeback.
it's fitting. It's
don't
fitting.
Call it a comeback. It's a great shirt.
Yeah, I guess it is a great shirt.
Yeah. We're also joined by Craig Taylor. Craig, how you doing?
Good.
That's
And
good,
That
that's good.
shirt is fitting. Well, kind of fits.
Hey,
It's fitting, but it's still questionable if it actually fits or not.
It's stretchy.
it's stretchy.
It's a little tight.
He got it from
it's a little
he got
form
it from
fitting.
Temu or whatever it is. The
Well, yeah.
Chinese.
Is that
site.
right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Coming to work one day.
I think
he's
it
like,
cost
"Here
me
you
like $7.
go." I'm not surprised. He's gotten me 2 other shirts too. You know, the clown one.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, the clown
he
one.
got me a forklift operator one.
He's worn that clown one on the podcast before. Haven't you? Oh, no, that was the banana one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
banana one, and then
Yeah.
the Hawaiian looking
We
one.
talked about the clown one for football season.
Yeah, which we're still gonna do.
Yep.
Probably not until after I get back from vacation. We'll start doing that.
Yeah. Kale thinks he gets to go on vacation, goes back to Canada, his homeland.
Yeah. Don't diss Canada.
I'm not.
My brother was telling me he listened to a podcast called Sorry About the Murder.
What?
It's a he said it's a Canadian podcast,
Yeah.
and he said it is one of the funniest things he's ever listened to.
Nice.
He
to
listened.
check
I
that
said,
out.
"Well, I'll have to tell Kale that." So
That's right up your alley. There you go.
So let's just take a second here. Craig, why don't you explain who you are and what you do and stuff?
I am the outside sales guy in Norfolk for the 3E CED company. Been there about 20 years. Kale actually drives my side of the route. Delivers stuff when he remembers it.
When he remembers it. I like he had to add that part in there, just all nonchalantly.
Well, I had to deliver some stuff last week that was this week.
Oh, well,
Yeah, because Kale just drove off the day before and left it on the shelf.
no. See, what happened was no one told me there was another ticket, and it was already like time to go. And
No sense in going and looking, you know.
no, I did actually look. It was buried.
It happens.
He was probably halfway through his Mountain Dew breakfast.
Probably. Ask him why he was late for work yesterday.
Why is that?
I was I made mini corn dogs. And I misjudged,
Mini corn dogs?
I misjudged the timing of.
What'd you have to drink with that? A Diet Mountain Dew?
No, I had no drink.
Root beer?
I did it dry.
No drink.
Yeah.
He ate.
He had
corn
coffee
dogs
with it.
no
He would
drink.
have had the crazy shits after that.
Oh boy,
No,
Nothing, huh?
nothing.
Mini corn dogs, huh?
for breakfast, and it made him late for work.
Yeah. I
That's
was
quite
hungry.
the excuse when you get that one.
I mean, would you rather
It's
me
fitting
lie-
though, because it's like the hot dog. It's like the glizzy that he so loves.
Yeah.
Just miniature. That's why it was for breakfast, and then for lunch is the regular size, and then for dinner it's the gas station's jumbo size, right?
No.
You know, it's kind of ruined me because now it doesn't matter what. If I see something with a hot dog on it, the first thing I think of is Kale, and that's kind of wrong, to think that way.
The day I leave,
It's a
3E,
meme. It's an official meme now.
I already can tell you the day I leave 3E, I'm still gonna be thought of.
Oh, for sure.
You're gonna be
He's-
there
It
forever.
makes me feel
made
good
his
in my
mark.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be there forever.
I mean, do we want to talk about the wall of pictures you have of me?
Oh yeah, he did tell me
I
about
should have
that.
took a picture of those.
I think I got one.
I need
think
to
I
talk
took
to
it.
you too, Sam. I'm running out. I'm gonna have to get some fresh ones.
I might have a few.
Oh, geez. I'm sure everybody in the group has some.
I actually just stalked your
Who
old
doesn't?
Facebook account to get those that I got.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
My
Print them off.
mom was like, "I bet you he found your old Facebook."
I did,
I'm
and it
like-
was completely by accident. And I'm like, hey,
Like from when you were just a
Hey.
kid and you were
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you didn't even you got your
He went through
before you
his, like-
changed your name.
yeah. I deleted.
Oh, yeah.
I deleted. I guess it didn't delete, but I
old
did.
bestling.
Actually, it was on a friend thing on your brother's Facebook page because I've seen his name pop up. So I went on there looking for pictures of maybe when you guys were little, and that popped up on his deal.
Oh, I know if my brother heard that, I'd be like,
I know
what the hell?
he's got some pictures from when he was a kid. He went through like a gangsta phase.
No, we don't got to talk about that. Don't give him ammo.
That's just like the first thing that popped in my mind. I mean,
There is a picture out there. I'm going to tell you what's on that picture because you will go find it, but it's very embarrassing, and I hate that picture.
Why?
we're all embarrassed from stuff we did when we were 12.
Oh yeah. 12.
I thought I was gangster.
I'm 50. I'm embarrassed about stuff I did 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It never ends.
I get embarrassed by some things I do with the clients we deal with. I do one little thing. Craig has got to tell everybody I've done it.
No.
You probably deal with some interesting characters, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Some, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say names,
Sure.
obviously, but there's some that are like, yeah.
That's the same in my line of work, too.
Yeah.
There's interesting characters.
Yeah.
Some people get pretty wound up. Some people are pretty laid back.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy most of them though. They're pretty funny
Yeah.
and nice. Actually, there's a few that talk a lot.
Yeah.
The new guy that we deal with in Long Pine, he talks a lot,
I've never met him yet.
but he's pretty nice. He asked me the other day. He's like, "So is Jay my main guy, or is it just anyone?" I'm like, I mean, it could be anyone, but I mean,
'Cause
Jay.
I think actually he still gets stuff from North Platte or Lexington
I
or
think
wherever
so
he came
too.
from.
Yeah,
He-
it was Lexington.
Yeah, he still calls them for info on things. So
Yeah. I heard him get mad for the first time last week.
yeah,
Really?
that customer talks too much.
Yeah.
Really?
He tries to get you to do stuff that we shouldn't do. I guess I would put it that way.
Yeah, and once I told him that, and then he kind of blew a gasket. So then I blew one back, and we just had a pretty good argument on the phone there.
It was on my I had to give him my headset I use for trucking because it wouldn't go back on speaker. I'm like, here you go. And I ain't gonna lie, I was trying not to laugh.
Yeah, he was really starting to piss me off, but
Yeah.
I decided before we said something dumb, I just gave him back his headset and said, "Here, I'm done talking."
I was going to say, I only met you a couple times, and
yeah,
I wouldn't imagine you to get mad very easily.
not anymore.
Well, what was dumb about it though is he went to one salesman he went to call me right away, and he shows up out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, and then he figured out what I was talking about, and he's like, let me talk to him, and I'm like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, and then he tried it again
Yeah,
later.
Yeah.
and I'm done talking to you.
Yeah.
You can quit now.
Yeah. We all got to deal with those.
Yeah,
yeah. So basically, today's episode we're just talking shop, just random stories and stuff. Maybe Craig has some wisdom of his old age.
Calling him old?
Yeah,
yeah. He calls me old all the time.
yeah. I'm getting close to telling him we'll put his ass in a retirement home.
I was sitting out front watching pictures of my grandkids when you guys pulled up, though. So, yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah, his son started yesterday too.
Yeah, he's our
Yeah,
new
he told me
warehouse
that.
Yeah, I think he's good.
He seems like a cool dude from when
Yeah.
I met him.
Yeah, he'll be all right there.
Yeah.
Today we were just going around talking about how we want to keep the warehouse clean. Kind of came up with a game plan. I showed him that little platform we use for like the shelves and stuff. That Levi. He's like, I don't think we should use that. That's a big OSHA fine. I'm like, I know.
And he's got his OSHA card from working at Iron and Metal. So,
Yeah. He was talking about how much they are. I was like, yikes, I don't even know that.
How long was he out at Iron and Metal?
he was out there twice. First time he was out there in maintenance, and he was night maintenance. But then they had their little boy, and that didn't work out very good.
Yeah.
So then he had a little hiatus, and then he went back out and was working in production, but he wasn't out there very long then.
Yeah.
Because he's around my age, I think.
He is 20. He'll be 28 in about a month.
Okay.
September
So he's,
11th.
he's
actually.
younger than me
Yeah.
by a little bit.
Yeah, his
Half
birthday,
a year.
his 5th birthday was when they hit the towers. It's September
wow.
11th. Yeah. All
Crazy.
wound up to go to school that morning, and then when
Yeah.
I went and picked him up, he was all sad because everybody said his birthday was a bad day. He was 5. Yeah.
And now he grows up and now he understands why.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's-
It took a little while to get him, to get him to figure out that it wasn't him.
Wasn't his birthday.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I like him. We created a good game plan of keeping it clean, and he wants to talk to Rylan about some things. And I just told him like our main concern that our problem we run into is when they put the wire on the wire rack, they leave like the plastic everywhere and stuff. And I get it. We're how it is in there.
And we've been shorthanded for a couple months.
I know. We go from a good guy to not having a guy for a while, and then a guy who relapsed who stole $50 from me.
Stole when you just openly gave it to him.
It wasn't just me though.
Right, I know. But
Yeah, he
I'm
got
just
3
saying.
of you.
Yeah. Wait,
He got
I
you.
went on his Facebook and he had one of those pictures where his hat was backwards but over his eyebrows. He's one of those guys.
I was gonna say, was he holding up your $40 bag of weed you got him or whatever it was?
No, I don't do any of that stuff.
Well, no, but you gave him the money.
No, but you gave him the money.
Yeah, and you know it's funny. I ever tell you he messaged me on Snapchat. I forgot I had him added, and he's like, "Hey, you think Rollin would get me my job back and
Yeah.
stuff?" I'm like, I just
no.
blocked him right away.
Then we've had a couple
That's
of
crazy.
doozies since then. You know,
Oh, I thought the last guy was gonna be it.
I
but-
did too. And then all of a sudden, like a screw fell out or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
What'd you tell me about the other day? He took money out to do what?
He texted Chris about his surgery on his ankle to make sure he was okay and everything. And then at the end of it, he's like, "Yeah, I took some money from my 401k from an old job, and I'm going to go hang out with some friends in Vietnam." Okie dokie.
Speaking of Chris, his son did my powerlifting competition I ran at the Y last weekend.
The Jackson?
Yeah,
Is that-
Jackson. Yep.
He's a big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't squat. He did bench and deadlifts. He did all right
Yeah.
for a 15-year-old.
I was
mean,
gonna say he's
he put
like
up some
14 or
decent
15,
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be a strong kid when he gets.
Yeah, he's
His
a big boy.
his younger brother Walker is taking my youth fitness class this month too.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
I know his dad was, he's been kind of held up with that, but I
Yeah.
think he went home today. So
yeah,
they had him in
nice.
Albion in the hospital for rehab, but I think now he's actually went back home.
I'm curious if him and his brother spoke to each other.
I don't know.
I'm kind of curious.
Kind of a dicey
Because
situation.
he tagged them in a Facebook post about the updates with their dad. I'm like, oh wow, that's a first step. Yeah, that's not my business, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Like,
Hey, I got a brother that I'm leaving for Deadwood with on Wednesday morning, and we didn't really speak more than a handful of words for 20 years.
wow.
And lives in Wisner. I mean, it's not like he was a long ways away or we had any issues, really. It's just that, life happened and
Yeah.
some things were said and some things shouldn't have been. And, we just kind of scratched each other off for about 20 years. And here in the last about 3 years, we've figured out that, both my parents have passed away now. So when my mom was starting to get sick, it was like, all right, we got to stop this because we're all we got left.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
You know,
you have to be the bigger man and
Tying up loose ends. and-
tuck it in your pocket and walk off.
That's probably like the biggest thing that I worry about with having only one sibling is that if my parents pass away and I can easily do one thing to piss my brother off, he'll just, he could just do whatever.
Yeah. But it's a weird feeling, when my dad's been gone 15 years, so
Yeah.
you never really get over that. You just kind of accept it and move on. But now that my mom's gone and that entire generation of my dad's is gone,
Yeah.
and you become that generation, and then all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you're 50 years old and you got 2 grandkids and you're like, holy
Crazy.
shit, where did the last 30
Just flew
years
by.
go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has kind of an odd feeling to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine like being on bad terms with any of my siblings. Like we all get along way too well. We're all way too close. But
Yeah, I know you do. I've had to sit there in 2-hour ride to Omaha and play Topgolf with his brothers. Great time. Don't get me wrong. I was doing terrible that day
Yeah.
at Topgolf. And
We
now,
kept
like,
razzing
golfing at
him
my
about
house,
it.
was it?
Like
what?
Was it like when you golfed at my house?
no, Top Golf. Oh yeah. It was the same performance.
Yeah.
It probably will be the same.
So like me and my
performance
brothers,
tomorrow.
we all did pretty decent. I won, obviously, but
Well, yeah.
no, and then Kale, he scored like 7 points, I think.
Yeah, and usually I
And
don't score
he kept
7
hitting
points.
it to the
I
left.
score a little higher.
Every time it kept going to the left. And eventually we just called it the Kale zone. Like just hits it every time, goes to the left, it's the Kale zone.
Did you turn him so he's like hitting it the wrong direction and let it curl back? Or
I was struggling not to laugh after every hit.
There was a couple
And,
times I about took the club and just over my knee. I was getting so pissed.
Yeah, he'd turn around
Yeah,
and just shake his head and be
ask
like,
Jason about that on Monday.
Why?
We went and golfed for, I think it was his brother's bachelor party. Was it? Yeah, I think it was his brother's. And me and his brother made fun of him because he was just golfing like crap. And we were making fun of him. He got so pissed he snapped one of his clubs in half and then threw it in the pond.
I've been actual golfing once.
That
My
one
first
surprised
hit
me.
went straight into the water. That basically sums up the whole experience.
That's usually where my golf ends up at.
That wouldn't surprise me about Jason. I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah. He got pissed and he turned around and yelled a bunch of shit at us, and then he just snapped his club and threw it in the water.
Before we continue, I forgot we had some videos we were going to play. This one here I found the other day. I thought it was just so funny. And because you're a Vikings fan too.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Go ahead and play if you want.
You want to put these on the screen too?
You do can you do the side by side like you did yesterday?
Well, you
If-
don't
if not-
because they're not on TikTok. It's not
yeah,
set
yeah,
up
yeah,
that way. I can do the picture in picture though, where it's below you.
Yeah, just do what you got to do. It's
Okay.
all right.
That's terrible.
You seem kind of psyched.
No, I'm bummed. But I wasn't bummed. I was stoked. Oh.
Honestly, yeah.
Your season's pretty much done.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy wasn't really going to start right away.
No, I
for
know,
them
but with
anyway.
Addison going
No,
down,
he's
That's
back.
true. They've
They
had
just
so
said-
many bad
they
things
said
going on.
today that
but-
Addison's just got to take a little time off. He's going to be fine. He doesn't really have any injury.
good.
That's good.
And I'm like, great. Now we got Sam
Seems
Darnold.
seems like he can't stay out of trouble though.
I know. And he's, they're kind of stacked when it comes to that position.
Yeah, they are.
But
Yeah.
it's like, all right, you got all the receiving power you need. Now, who's going to get him the
Who's going to throw
Right,
it? Yeah.
You know?
right.
This video my brother sent me on Instagram. I just thought it was funny. It's a Mario mod with Brian Griffin from Family Guy.
Yep, watch this. Yep.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
The scream was the funniest part. That was the main thing of
It's
it.
just like when he's crazy.
Adam, your challenge
Oh, I saw this and I just, I had to share with you, Craig.
Now, that's a dog there.
awaits.
My God, you get 20 minutes to eat this?
You got 20 minutes to eat this. You're welcome to cut
You can
this
do that in
up and
10.
prepare
I saw
however
this
you
the
would
other
like.
day.
I will get the timer ready in the meantime. Get your drink
Cool.
ready. Go to the bathroom, wash your hands.
I think you can
Okay,
get
so you have to clean it up. I missed that
both of them.
Kale could do it.
20 minutes?
2,
Oh,
1, begin.
Give him 15 minutes.
I've actually seen this guy before.
It's really hot today. I've got dry mouth, you
He
know.
does a lot of this.
Oh.
Jeez.
You got this.
I think he actually can beat
It
Joey
feels like an
Chestnut.
episode of that show.
your throat tight.
Yeah, no such luck. Just me again, folks. Welcome back to another episode.
I could
the
never.
first in yet another journey of conquest throughout the United States of very exciting people. We're kicking off today at Doogie's in Connecticut, which was apparently featured on that show, Man v Food, like 15 years ago or something. And we're having a pop at this 4-foot hot dog challenge. Also comes with fries and a drink, which you do incidentally have to finish.
Good luck, man.
Oh,
I
thank you.
could never, man. Could never.
You know, that would do to you the next day.
Not with like a hot dog. Like I can put down a lot of food, but
Hey, it's not over and open flame
You
anyway,
did tell me.
so
exactly.
You did tell me it'd be the bread.
Exactly.
It could be.
it could be.
Could be.
He did. He also told
not
me
rule that
to
out.
avoid the
You'd need a
jalapenos when
rotisserie.
picking the toppings,
It's
so I
4
think he's got my health and well-being in mind, which is always nice. You have to pick 4 toppings
Yeah,
from
this
the
dude
menu.
has so
I
many
went with 2
challenges
types of
he's done,
cheese,
it's crazy.
American and Swiss, caramelized onions,
Braden
and
watches
bacon.
the
And I grabbed
garbage
the
disposal,
root beer as my
Oh,
mandatory beverage.
and he eats just like it wouldn't matter. You just throw it in front of him, and he eats.
Just eats it.
It was crazy. What this guy does too, he actually works out quite a bit to burn it all.
Well,
off.
yeah.
The lady filming
If you're
on
a
the phone
competitive
there
eater, you almost
is
have
clearly
to.
today's
Like,
Cheermeister.
otherwise,
She did a great job
you'll
as
just
well.
get grossly out of shape.
Napkins.
Like
Bad
Matt
health.
Stoney.
I'm sure I
Yeah.
picked some
He's
up.
in
I'm
pretty
sure I
good
did.
shape.
Yeah.
Got to clean the
Well,
beer
Joey
if I've got an
Chestnut,
audience.
he's
Thank you.
skinny.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that.
Got to clean the beer
got
if
a
I've got an
fast or
I
audience
something
mean,
here.
for a
I
while.
feel like I could do that, but like after
I don't know why I
I'm
said
just
that
gonna feel like
twice.
absolute dog.
Oh yeah.
Dog
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Sweet to turn me off and back on again.
That would throw my blood sugar so far out of whack.
Oh my gosh.
Go to your doctor, like,
Was a
dude, I
perfect-
had
How
a
come
hot
your
dog.
blood sugar went to
that was my
400
idea,
when I
right?
ate
Or was
4
that your
foot of
idea?
hot dog?
I know
That
at the
was my
old
idea.
Jay's place
I
in
can take credit
Pierce,
for
I did the Pierce
way.
Pounder Challenge a few years
Oh,
back.
really, with the ice cream?
And I did that.
Yeah, you know
like,
me.
Really?
It's not
Yeah,
often
I finished that. My
I get the
picture's on the
tactics
wall and
right,
everything.
But I nailed
The food in
toppings
there
here.
now, it's that
Caramelized
Mexican
onions
place now.
were a
It's
finer
really good.
It's not bad. Yeah, I had it.
salty, so it worked a treat.
It's owned by a relative of Dos Hermanos.
Really?
Oh, is it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think the mild look of panic in my eyes there.
I still got to try
because I
Tinkers.
thought momentarily
And
that
that's-
14 minutes had
That's
elapsed.
good food. That is
What
good
she's actually
old
saying is there are
fashioned
14 minutes
country cooking,
remaining.
farm girl cooking food.
He's got this.
You sound like you don't
It
believe
was
I'm gonna do
crazy.
it.
After this, he'll eat a pie. He'll eat a piece of pie.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
I can do like burger challenges and like whatever
You ever do
whatever
the one
else.
at Big
This
Red?
is really delicious.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh, I can do that easy.
Do you?
I tried the one in Stanton though. I couldn't do that one.
Oh, it's Wolf's Den.
Wolf's Den, yeah.
That's a big burger.
Yeah.
I've
That's
done
a
the
lot of
triple
meat.
like
Clean up a
4
little bit. If you're
times.
filming me, I gotta
I'm
be
not
nice and
kidding you,
clean.
Craig.
Where?
Yeah, Wolf's Den.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
The one at Big Red I can
You
put
said
down
that the
pretty
fries
easy.
are gonna get
I've
me.
never even seen that one. How many? I've seen it on the
3
menu.
or 4.
Triple patty with bacon.
It's
Oh,
easy.
really? What do you get
It,
if you win?
it used to be if you finish that and the side, you get free dessert, and it's like by then you have no room for dessert. But now I think they do like you get a
Don't slow down.
free glass or something, like a free beer glass or something, which is pretty cool.
He do it like 6 times. All right, I got to bring out the good glassware. I got people
Yeah.
coming over.
Yeah.
Big Red.
This is my reward for eating a huge burger.
You got your Big Red glasses and your sporks from
Yeah.
KFC.
And then your
break out the
WWE
fine china.
your WWE
Fries to go
fucking
now.
plates.
I got some
Oh, yeah,
Irish
yeah.
dip
Paper
to aid
plates.
the passage down the old food pipe. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'll catch you at the next one.
I watched an eating thing the other night where they were eating hot peppers, and I'm like watching those guys. I was like, there is absolutely no way.
No. Oh, I can't do super spicy stuff.
Oh, and these guys. I mean, that one guy was just sweating. It looked like he was about to throw up.
Yeah. This one Brody sent to me. I haven't watched it personally yet. I just threw it in there right away.
Stafford praises Dylan Raiola.
You've ever played with?
Oh man, that's a good question. I got a bunch, man. I think like early on, the offensive linemen, the guys that I had, like Dominic Raiola, was a big time. Great teammate, taught me a bunch.
Also kind of a psycho, but in like a good way.
Yeah, kid, baller.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable talented quarterback.
Yeah, you're his godfather, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a stud.
But what? Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, yeah, he was talking about Dominic, then all of a sudden they jumped.
Brody also sent me this one. This one's fucked up but funny. I mean, it's Lizzo. I don't give a shit.
Didn't she get like
So
popped for like
this is,
treating her employees bad?
this is just a funny video I came across, and if y'all remember that Chef Boyardee commercial from a long time ago, where like the can rolls and follows the people all the way home, this is like a parody of that. I thought it was pretty funny. If we can get it.
Yo, what you want to eat today?
I want Chef Boyardee.
Listen, bro. You done had chef every day this week. You're not eating that.
But I love Chef.
Put that back, dude. Come on.
Le critère et le jour, ça commence. Et frapper ton corps malade. Tu disais, quand des matins, j'ai la gueule à côté.
Look, Dad.
What is that?
It's the Chef Boyardee.
Did you take that from the store?
I was honestly expecting it to get ran over.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, some good videos we put in there.
Yeah.
That Lizzo one, I mean, it's fucked up. But
I mean,
She's
It's Lizzo.
she's something else, isn't she?
Yeah.
Really.
yeah,
She needs, clothes.
yes.
Something.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, she's a big girl,
very, very.
Kale's a big guy, but,
Big's an
you know,
understatement.
You're not showing off your goods to everybody.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Goods.
I actually thought about
Use
asking
loosely.
if I could wear a cutoff when it was like super hot, but like not like one of them ones that go down here, but like
I was gonna say not like a cut
No,
this, right?
Oh, like a
No,
crop
when
top.
when it was super hot
Show
in
off
that
the
warehouse.
six-pack.
When I was super hot in the warehouse and I would go on the route, dude, I could just smell the sweat on me.
Oh yeah, you're not telling us nothing.
What?
I had to get Braden a shirt yesterday because he'd sweat through it in the first couple hours he's in there.
Yeah. So, you got any wisdom for us, young people?
Like, what are you looking for?
Young people.
My wisdom doesn't run very deep. I can tell
Kale,
you.
you
that.
just turned 26.
Yeah, my birthday.
You're not
was-
young anymore.
Yeah, you're 2 years younger than my oldest boy. That does make me feel kind of old, actually.
Oh,
Not really,
yeah, I just turned 26 last Sunday.
but
I'm pushing 30.
My
I'm
wife
28.
is older than I am by 7 years. So
Really?
I've always got that.
Who's gonna go first?
She
If I had
loves
to
it
guess,
when
I
I
wouldn't-
tell
I
people
wouldn't
that.
guess she was 7 years older than you when I met
Yep.
you guys.
Yeah, I was
so.
gonna say I would never thought of that about her.
Oh yeah, she was 26 and I was 19. She was freshly divorced, back on the market, and I was a stalker. Best way to pick up your wife. Been married for just short of 30 years now.
That sounds so wrong.
Fresh off
Dude,
the market,
I used
man.
to like chase her around and put notes on her car. Oh yeah, it worked.
He was trying to get after them people that just get divorced. Just throw random.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, you got to catch them when they're vulnerable.
He was a dog.
That's
He had
right.
that dog
Yeah,
in
he
him.
got that dog in him. Now he's
That's
an
right.
old dog.
That's right. Now I just
Old
howl
codger.
next to the hole.
Yeah.
Old codger.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you. You got any like stories, like drunk stories? Or
Oh
anything?
boy. Yeah, we drank a lot when I was younger. Actually, I drank a lot up until just a few years ago, but I don't drink much at all now. But yeah, there's quite a few stories. Actually, there's some pretty good stories because a friend of mine was a bartender out here at El Dorado before we were old enough to drink. And wow. Yeah, we played some night golf when we weren't supposed to. We we lost my brother when they were in their construction out here. We lost him in the mud somewhere.
Oh.
I'm not sure where he went. We found him about an hour later standing in front of the clubhouse.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's some pretty good stories.
I don't want you to tell this one, but the one you told me about Jason and his story. Because
Yeah.
you know he will listen to this.
Oh yeah.
He'll be like, I can't believe you said that about me.
Hey, he did it. You know.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Braden's got a story just like that. You have to ask him tomorrow or Monday.
I will.
Because he's got something that, and I've never done that when you're not supposed to. You know.
I'm sure Sam and I have some pretty funny stories of things we should have done.
You know, I woke up underneath of an evergreen tree in a lady's front yard in Tilden years ago. I left Battle Creek. There was a party over there, and I left there to head back to Norfolk. And I woke up about 6:30 the next morning with this Indian lady poking me with a stick, with a broom handle in her yard. She's like, "What are you doing?" Shit, I don't know. Where am I? And then I figured out where I was. I was like, man, I must have took a left turn somewhere or other. My car was still sitting in the street with the door open, running. I must have stopped to pee or something. I don't know what I did. Yeah, just laid down, take a nap, I guess.
Yeah. There was one time when we lived in our rental house. We used to be roommates.
Are you 21?
We got pretty drunk, and we picked up the chairs from the dining table. We just started having a chair fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
I have to find the video to show you, but I had one of them old school chairs with the wheels on it, just going like this, and he was too. And then we was like, oh, let's go to Perkins because we lived on what was it?
11th Street.
11th
North
Street. And
11th
it's
Street.
straight down to like past 3E and everything.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Ironically, I work there now, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, we went in there.
you were
got
just,
our table.
I think you were just
I was 22.
Yeah, 22. And we were eating, and there's just like group of old people sitting there enjoying their random meal at 12 o'clock.
They were eavesdropping. We were like laughing and maybe being a little obnoxious. I don't know.
So this is like
Joking around.
midnight, 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was really late. And then some old lady
Comes over the ledge. She's like, "Are you 21?" And we're like, "Yeah,
Around.
around."
I mean, I was 22 at the time. I think you were.
I didn't say anything.
No, we didn't even say anything.
I didn't.
You guys were only like 19, I think,
Yeah. No, I'm older.
or
than
19 or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So you guys are probably too young to remember Truck Haven when it was out east of town. The truck stops out there where that AS whatever, that landscaping company has all that stuff out there on the south side of the highway.
I might have been there a few times as a young kid with my dad.
Run down truck stop, but that's where everybody in Norfolk went when the bars closed.
Where the storage units are, where Dan Thielen.
Yeah, just a little bit farther to the east there.
Okay.
And man, you could go out there and you could see everything you wanted to see. You could see people in drag. You could see.
Oh gosh.
I mean, dude, there was people out there that couldn't stand up, but everybody went out there and ate because they had good drunk food.
Oh yeah.
And one night, me and two of my buddies were out there, and we went in. I went in. We were all walking towards the door, and these two said, "Hey, I'll be in a minute. Go get us tables." All right. So I went inside, and they never come in. They never come in. I thought, where the hell did they go? Pretty soon, here they come, and they're completely covered in hair and blood and shit. And I'm like, what are you two doing? Well, when we were walking into the building, some guy who was parked up there by the door had shot a deer, and it was in the back of his pickup. So them two assholes picked that deer up and set it in the front seat, made it look like it was driving. Just made a huge mess in this guy's pickup. He was pissed. He went out, and after he was done eating, he went out and he'd come back in. He was wanting to kill somebody.
Oh my god!
Wasn't too hard to figure out who did it. You know?
Yeah.
Did he come up to you guys?
No, them two just sat there and didn't say nothing.
Wow.
But that was the kind of stuff that happened at Truck Haven every weekend.
Yeah.
Talking about that time we went to Des Moines with Jordan and Robbie.
Yeah.
And we went to the arcade bar and we saw a bunch of people, well, basically transgenders, right, at that bar. And when we took the Uber ride home, that was a funny moment.
So we get in this car. Well, actually, we struggled to get in the Uber anyway because they kept canceling on you for some reason.
Yeah, it was weird, but we finally got one. And Kale and Jordan take the back seat. I get in the front. And beforehand, Kale's like, I bet you won't tell the Uber driver to play Creed. Because Creed's like our go-to music when we're drunk. We'll play Creed.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, the first thing I say, I'm like, how's it going, man? Having a good night? Busy? He's like, yeah. You know, not too bad. I'm like, I see you got some music playing there. He's like, yeah. I like to listen to little tunes while I work, you know, drive Uber. Got any Creed? He's like, oh, you know, I'm more of an Alter Bridge guy myself, but I might have one
which
Creed
is another version of Creed.
It's the same genre.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, it's the same guitar player.
It's the same band without the singer.
Yep. That was when Scott Stapp was falling off his rocker.
Yeah.
Anyway, he puts on a Creed song we've never heard before.
Yeah, it was Are You Ready?
But then it was like a thing we were doing a lot back then too is when it was raining out.
Yeah.
We'd be like, we've been needing this because of this meme.
Yeah.
We saw one time, we said that to him, and we were just like spouting all these inside jokes to him, and he's just like, what the fuck? Like, these guys are drunk idiots.
Where did these guys come from?
And then, like, me and Jordan are both pretty well built, and Kale's a bigger guy. And so he just straight up asked all of us, he's like, are you guys bodybuilders or something? And then Kale immediately is just like, I'm just fat. I'm like,
that's like your answer for everything.
just straight up. He's like, I'm just fat.
I'm just fat. Like,
Yeah.
You want me to lie to you and say I'm skinny and
won't do any good.
But yeah, that was just it was just a funny ride home. And then he's like,
he turns back to Alter Bridge.
yeah,
Like,
he's well, no. Then he was saying like Alter Bridge was going to become to Lincoln, like later that summer or something.
That November, I think.
And he was like trying to talk us into going and stuff. I'm
With
just
him?
like, oh yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And we get to the hotel. I'm like, see you, Timothy. He was like some old white dude named Timothy.
Yeah. Have like a long white beard.
Hey, can I get your phone number before you guys leave?
Yeah.
Can we be
Luckily,
friends?
that didn't happen. All right. Bye, Timothy.
Remember that one time I'm at the old place. We were having a little fire, and I left Maya by herself, and the neighbor who drinks a lot, that lesbian lady.
Oh, yeah.
She
Yeah, I
came
remember.
over, and she's looking around. She's like, Maya said that she was like trying to hype herself up, trying to talk to her. She can hear her walking, like, yeah, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And she gets up to Maya, and she's like, oh, I see you hear about yourself and stuff. And she's like, yeah. She's like, where's your whatever boyfriend? She's like, oh, he went to go pick up his friend. She immediately says, that big buff guy starts walking around the fire like this.
Or is that big buff guy like this? Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. That made me laugh.
It was actually Robbie who I picked up too. That was a fun part.
Yeah, Robbie, who's
not even-
skinny.
Yeah.
So you got away with the lesbians then too.
I don't know about that.
That's not all bad. You just, that's what you call playing the field when you just go all the way around.
Hey man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, tough world out there.
$20 is $20.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I got a T-shirt that says
it's
that.
tough times out there. It'd be tough times out there, you know.
Oh man, I'm just trying to think of another time, dude. So you probably don't know what this is. It's probably not your time. You're not gonna understand. And so there's a thing called emo night.
Oh gosh.
So what it is?
That's probably the drunkest I've ever been.
That's the drunkest we've ever been. Yes.
Yeah, you too.
So what it is basically they'll play like a bunch of music from our time.
So it's like late '90s, early 2000s punk rock.
Yeah.
Green Day.
Yeah.
It's just a
You
big
know.
drunk fest.
Yeah.
And
Bands like that.
so
Blink 182.
I am 21. He's 21. Mayo's underage. No.
No, I'd have been 23.
Yeah.
23 or 24 by then.
You were 24. I was 21.
Yeah. I think I was
25.
No, I was 23. I was
Okay.
23. Yeah.
Maya was.
It was early 2020.
Maya was
February
our,
2020.
Oh, right before COVID.
Right before COVID, yeah. Yeah.
Maya was her designated driver because she was underage, but they still let her in. Whatnot was they'll let them.
Yeah, she didn't drink at all.
Dude, I got so fucking hammered.
Where was
Tom
it
Brady.
Sioux Falls. So
What was the place called? Icon Lounge or something?
Icon Lounge.
Yeah.
By Holiday Inn downtown.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not really a good place to go anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that bar. First of all, I've never double fisted a drink before in my life, and it was Jack and Coke.
Ooh, that'll get you.
And
I can't even smell Jack Daniels. Makes me want to throw up.
let's just say I drank too much, and
Oh, yeah.
So we go back to the hotel where my other buddies were staying, and I threw up, and I just kept throwing up, and then I passed out for like 20 minutes. I wake up, I say "fuck Tom Brady" and fell back asleep.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, he said "fuck Tom Brady."
And then I guess
know why.
what someone said, he was crying in the elevator, which he wasn't. I don't know what you were doing.
Dude, I don't remember, honestly. Like, that's literally the drunkest I've ever been.
Oh, man, I think the drunkest that I've ever been, my older brother, and me, we used to drink quite a bit together. When my folks got divorced, I was only 16, something like that. And we were living in Pierce at the time, so we split. And I went to Neely with my mom, moved back to Neely. That was where I grew up at. So we went back over there. And my brother David lived over there. And so he's like, hey, we're going to go up. One of his friends, he had a table that was made out of an old wire spool, and all of his seats around it were saddles on saddle racks. And he had saddlebags over them full of pennies. And that's we'd go up there and play penny poker. Well, that was the first time I was introduced to whiskey.
Oh.
And they don't let you mix it.
Oh, gosh.
You had to just take a shot off the bottle and
Yeah.
then chase
Pull.
it with your Pepsi, you know. So I drank about 2/3 of a bottle of Canadian Springs, and you want to talk about shit, I couldn't find my ass with both hands that
So
night.
emo night was the drunkest I've ever been that I can remember. Like, I actually remember
was
most
gonna
of the stuff
say.
that happened. Otherwise, when I was in college, I had some people I hung out with where I did get blackout. Like, it was a blackout situation, and
Yeah.
that's not fun. I remember one time an old friend I used to hang out with. We were at his house, and I don't know if you've ever had Rumple Mints, but there was maybe this much left, and I was already buzzing pretty good. And they're like, chug the rest of it, pussy, you won't. I'm an 18-year-old dumbass. I don't know any better, so I did it. Yep, went right down.
I did that with Skull Vodka.
And then I ended up like in dude's bathroom, passed out, woke up, pitch black. I don't know where the hell I am. That's probably the worst it's ever been for
That's
me.
never good.
That's when I was 18 and dumbass college kid.
Oh, yeah, you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof at that
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah.
I drank. It was a New Year's Eve party, and I think it was during high school. Yeah, I started dating Maya, and
Yeah.
so we were at my buddy's house, and we're drinking everything, beer pong and everything going on. Maya, she will never drink Captain Morgan ever since this night because she got fucking hammered. I swear.
I've never seen Maya like super drunk before. I don't think.
And I was pretty hammered, and she was puking. I was helping her puke and everything. And
how do you help her puke? Were you like sticking your finger down her throat for her? Or something?
No,
just like
hold her hair,
pep talking her through it. Yeah,
yeah.
You're all right. Please be
being
okay.
their support, patting her on the back.
And then someone comes down and like, hey, what are you guys doing? I told them like, oh, there's some chicken upstairs. They said just freshly cooked chicken. It was indeed not freshly cooked chicken. It was still pretty raw.
You ate raw chicken.
I ate almost like two chicken breasts full of, and I chugged the whole bottle of vodka to throw it up.
Man, were you like, oh, this chicken's kind of chewy?
Yeah, and so
I like my chicken medium rare.
you know, my parents never they don't really condone the drinking, but what they, and if I went out drinking, they would pick me up if I need a ride.
Right.
And
my parents would do the same.
That's what I told my kids too.
Yeah.
Luckily, my youngest one never drank.
Yeah, unless
so
I get, if I get caught,
right.
I get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and my dad picked me up at Maya, and we go back to my place, or our place, or my parents' house. And so I go to bed, and I get this random ass cramp in my calf muscle, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm screaming because it hurts so bad. And then I threw up, and then I threw my phone in the puke, and I yell, I threw my fucking phone in the puke. And then I go back to bed, and I wake up the next day. I get a text from my parents like, you better not beating up Maya, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I must have blacked out. But
remember in Nathan's truck, we went to...
Oh. What did we do?
We'd been drinking. We walked to, he was our next door neighbor at the time when we were living together.
Yeah.
I might not have been living there anymore, but I was visiting. And we
used
walked
to drink quite a bit.
We walked over and just talked to him. And his wife, so they had like some leftover Subway sandwiches or something.
So they had a fridge in the garage and they had their Subway sandwiches in there.
And we ate them. Like they said we could have them. And mine came back up on we drove somewhere.
We went to Taco Bell for some odd reason.
He wanted Taco Bell.
After you got the Subways?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan wanted Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
And you did too?
Yeah.
After you ate a sub. I didn't want any. I just went along for the ride. Yeah. But I got sick and puked in his truck.
Yeah,
and then later on he was telling Kayla something. Well, he chews his food really good or something. I guess they're so gross, but like I guess when it came out it was like perfect, like perfectly
chunks.
Chewed or something. Yeah.
But
something.
ever since his day, we actually give his wife shit for the Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Still.
She always brings it up to me. I mean, anytime she sees me.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that night we split one of the big Budweiser packs between us, and then I think that's what we did, like a 24 pack.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that was. My
I normally
beer
don't drink
choice was
Budweiser.
A lot of people. I couldn't drink light beer because it gave me a headache, but I could drink Budweiser all day.
But then ever since the political stuff came out, I was like, don't touch that stuff.
Yeah. I hit the hard stuff now.
I've always liked Coors
Dr.
Light.
Pepper guy.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's the hard stuff right there.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Good old DP.
Actually, the good stuff is Banquet. I don't care what anybody says.
I'll drink it Ultra
Cool
once in a
Light.
great while, but if I drink anymore, it's liquor.
Silver Bullet.
Well, we call that Kool-Aid or water.
No, we call it Capri Sun.
Yeah.
These Capri
they go
Suns are getting
down.
harder to open these days.
Yeah.
And they're getting expensive.
Everything's getting expensive.
I know it is.
They said Target's the cheapest place to buy your beer.
Really? Target?
My
Of
wife
all
said
places.
even because she drinks Michelob Ultra, and she said it's like $5 cheaper in Target than it is anywhere else.
Oh, Keller, he'll go to South Dakota and literally buy
he
a
brings
truckload.
back. Yeah.
Who?
Remember
His
that
neighbor.
neighbor I told you about? how
Nafer.
My neighbor pronounced Norfolk like Norfolk.
Oh, yeah,
Norfolk.
yeah.
Norfolk.
Yeah. He comes back. He's like telling me about, you should go to South Dakota, go to Yankton, get your beer, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
There's a couple people from Pierce that go up there and do that.
Really?
They'll come back with a whole pallet.
I need to
Good
jump in here
Lord,
real
man.
quick. We don't call Coors Light Capri Suns. It's called horse piss. just let you know.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
what a hater over there. I'm kidding.
I don't care.
That's all right.
Capri, Coors Light, Capri Sun, whatever.
Yeah.
It's for the
refreshing.
gains, right? It's for the gains.
Did I tell you Greg Neeson came in the other day, like a couple weeks ago? Yeah, and then he'd cancel it because he was making a big fit about how much it cost.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
No. He's like, yo, it's $60, and now it's 200 some bucks. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Inflation.
Yeah, well, we used to ride horses to school too. We don't do that anymore.
My parents walked uphill both ways.
Oh yeah, ass deep snow. Yeah, my dad always told us that too, and he grew up in Clearwater, and there ain't a hill around Clearwater for 4 or 5 miles. You know? I'm like, well, what the hell were you in, the creek bed or something?
No.
My dad used to tell me he had to dig down 4 feet of snow to grease the windmill because it was squeaking.
Yikes.
I used to work at Northwest Electric years ago, and George Fritz was the owner.
Yeah.
And he had a laminated newspaper from 48, 49 when the bad winter. And that was something to see. I'm glad I've never had to go through that. You know, we thought we've had some bad ones, but this is no shit. There was somebody, and it was right around here someplace, but they were standing there with their shovel next to them, leaning on the top of the telephone pole.
There was one time we went to Canada in like January, February. You could literally, the snow is so high, you can climb on top of it and go on your roof. That's crazy.
You Canadians are a different breed, I tell you.
Well, I'm going back in a month. Or
Are you
few
going to
weeks.
talk funny when you come back?
No.
He'll come back a new man.
Lots of A. And
He'll come back with a authentic. He can talk an authentic Canadian accent.
could.
Yeah, you
Do
gotta
it.
bring,
Do it right now.
No.
Bring
Why
back
not?
a toque. You got to wear your toque at work.
Oh, I got to wear my toque.
Well, anyone can do that. Come on. That's
You
just
gotta
like
go
a
up
few
north,
words.
huh?
I'm going to go up there north and play some hockey there, boys, huh?
Talk about gas station glizzies in a Canadian
No.
accent.
No.
There's Bob and Doug McKenzie and Kale.
You know, there's movies I've never seen that he gives me shit for.
You ever seen Strange Brew?
No.
You're Canadian.
So?
Have you ever seen Strange Brew?
No.
What?
I never even heard of it.
Have you guys seen Strange Brew?
Oh my goodness!
I don't think so.
You'll love it. It's Bob and Doug McKenzie, and it's got hockey and a lunatic asylum and beer. Everything a guy could want in a movie.
I did finally watch the program.
I've never
Shout out
seen
Will
that.
Kuchera.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
It's a football movie.
Is that the one with James Caan?
Al Pacino. No.
The draws a blank now.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
There's
It's
a
from
lot
like the
of-
90s.
Yeah. I don't mind 90s movies, but sometimes the graphics just bug me.
It is with James Caan.
Yeah. So it's a good movie though. If you like football, you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, the 90s, you know, that was my era. I graduated in 92.
I was born in 96, so.
Oh,
98.
Ay, ay. 73.
You're 1 year older than my mom.
I'm older than your mom?
By a year, yeah.
Oh, my God.
You're younger than both my parents. You're 10 years younger than my mom.
Wait. No. What? Younger. Younger.
Kale, math. Quick, go
Hey, math
now.
then.
Math and
Addition and subtraction. Simple.
72 or 74?
Yeah.
She was born in 72.
Okay.
Okay, so he's
You're
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had got my education from Norfolk High.
So did I.
I know.
Yeah, I'm from Pierce. I can't say nothing.
Ask him if he knows Fred.
At least, you know Fred from Pierce that works at Walmart?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's one of my clients.
Yeah.
He just always has to give me a hard time about stuff.
All the time. You know, I think he was just a couple years older than Braden, but he was in school at the same time.
Right, yeah.
And so he was at all the football games.
Yeah.
Fred Lyons.
Wasn't he like
And he's a great guy.
He is. I love Fred.
Braden's been out of school for like 10 years, and if I go to Walmart and he's in the parking lot, he still yells my name.
Yep. I love that. Hey, Quag.
Yeah.
I can do a pretty good Fred accent
We'll have
because
to show you the messages.
he sends me voice messages on Facebook, just of the randomest stuff. Like, hey, Sam, I'm having pizza pockets for supper tonight. What are you having? I'm just like,
do the steak and potatoes one.
oh yeah. What you having for supper tonight, Sam? I'm having steak and potatoes. I'm like, I was like in the middle of a workout when he sends me it. I'm just like, it just gives me a laugh. It's just hilarious.
He's a
He's a
big
good dude.
big Chiefs fan.
He's a big Chiefs fan.
and we give him so much.
Oh, he'll talk sports with you all day long.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, he was like a student manager for everything.
Yeah,
He was the football manager, the basketball. Yeah, he's a good dude.
No, I love Fred.
I think actually his mom was like I want to say she was a couple grades ahead of me.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
His stepmom, Billy, has done personal training with me as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very nice lady.
I think she was probably about that too, 3-4 years older than I am. I think she was a senior when I was a freshman.
It's just funny because Fred will be in the middle of a. Fred will bring me a donut in the morning on Mondays. He'll be eating a donut. I'm like, Fred, we got to train in like 2 hours, dude. We got to train in like an hour and a half. You're eating a donut? He's like, yeah, like just eating a donut. I'm like, Fred, I'm gonna make you run extra now. We go to our functional training room, and I make him do all just like high conditioning stuff, and I make him like run back and forth on the far side of the room, and he just laughs the whole time. He's just laughing, and then like in the middle of an exercise, he'll just bring up the randomest thing like, how you think the Huskies are gonna do this year, Sam? I'm like, just the randomest thing, or like it's just hilarious. I love Fred.
Imagine just doing
like he's just
pull downs or something. Even
yeah.
How's the Huskies today?
Yeah, I think they're gonna go 10-0.
Yeah. So speaking of donuts,
now you got his taste buds rolling.
no. Did you know I am the donut runner to go get donuts?
Oh, really?
Apparently.
At
I'd
work?
trade you because I'm the donut payer.
Where do you go? Where do you guys go usually?
Ivy.
Okay.
We've gotten. Jason brought the one donuts from Delight the other day.
Yeah.
I got one, and I was sad because I came back. I wanted another one. They were gone.
I only had the one.
You like?
I'm
whatever.
not supposed to have any because I'm diabetic, but boy, they were good.
Yeah.
I figure one ain't gonna kill me.
So there was a day we were just talking about donuts and stuff, and here's out of nowhere, Craig gives me $100 bill. Go get donuts. Okay.
And bring me the change.
He's like, make sure you get your chocolate milk too.
Yeah, you got to get chocolate milk too.
Well, yeah, last time he did, he bought it and he brought it back and he told me, he said that I forgot to tell you that was sour.
Yeah, they left the sour one on there, and I just grabbed it because I had to go back to work. So I was like, it was bad, and I threw it away.
Wasted my $3 or whatever it was.
You just got one of those little 16 ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little jug.
Yeah.
Or the little jug or the
little jug one.
So like the little quart then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I got a different brand this time. It was the Burbanks, the glass jar.
Oh, okay.
That probably cost me $10.
Yeah.
I actually bought that with my own money.
Sure you did.
I did.
Uh-huh.
I did.
Got to get that Highland.
Highland's hit and miss.
I love Highland.
I love chocolate milk, but yeah, that's another one.
You know,
I just can't drink.
at work for Christmas, we always do like a Secret Santa thing. And my Secret Santa this past year, like we write down on our thing like things we like, and I put down chocolate milk as one of my favorite drinks. And my Secret Santa brought me a whole gallon of chocolate milk as one of my gifts. I'm like, all right, cool.
We did when I worked at Goodyear, we did one night, we were working overnight, and we had a guy that worked on our team and decided to do the 1 gallon milk challenge thing. Said he could do it, no problem.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
He drank it all.
Don't give me ideas.
It took him a while. He drank it all.
I'm not drinking it all in one sitting.
It comes all out in every...
I've tried it once, and it was terrible.
Ugh,
Yeah.
no.
It came out his nose. It came out everybody. He got it all down, but most of it came back out.
Good, chocolate milk's actually good to drink after a workout even.
Yeah. Football. Trainer in Pierce, he give the kids.
Yeah.
Started that when I think Braden was, I don't know, probably freshman, sophomore, junior year or something. They started doing that.
It's got the perfect carbs to protein ratio for muscle recovery and rebuilding.
I used beer for a long time. Really didn't do anything for my muscles, but
It's got the carbs. It's just
yeah.
Speaking of food, I actually was thinking about the Hot Ones challenge the other day. I forgot we were going to talk about doing that, and completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
the hot wing challenge.
Yeah, but the box is like $160.
I only did one of those, and it was at Quaker Steak and Lube in Council Bluffs, and I can't even remember what they call it. But it was the hot. Holy Jesus! I got about a bite and a half off of that thing. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Couldn't do her.
I remember the one time I did it. I shit you not, no pun intended. The next day I went to the restroom. When I got off that toilet, I swear I saw smoke coming out.
Oh yeah, hit the water.
I swear.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. And I did pretty well at the end because I took one of the bottles and that was like the last dab, and I doused the wing. I ate it all, and they're like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm fine." And my drink of choice was actually beer, and beer helped.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any burn in my mouth.
I don't.
What kind of beer?
It was Budweiser.
That's why. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, was the good stuff.
Was, yeah. Now I'm a kind of a Modelo Pacifico guy. That stuff's pretty good. One of my favorite restaurants is Two Casa. So when we go in there, they got it on draft. So I eat a lot of it and drink a lot of beer in there. But we only go in there once in a
Two
while.
Casa.
Yeah.
Remember when they rated low in our taco?
La
I
Peria
listened to
Loca.
that while I was
Number one.
Number one.
watching or
Numero
listening to you
uno.
guys as I was mowing.
Yeah.
When you guys did that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
You know, I was thinking about it today. I was like, what if we did a video that was like a tour of like all the football high school stadiums in Nebraska? Like not all of them, but like
some of the, like the top ones, like obviously Memorial Field.
Yeah.
Seacrest Field would be cool in Lincoln.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite fields to play on, stadiums.
Yeah.
Especially at night. Like that field just looked really cool at nighttime.
Yeah.
I did not actually. I liked Pierce. I ain't gonna lie. When I played Pierce,
Yeah, we only played at Pierce my 8th grade year.
Yep.
And it's like they got a nice field. They do.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, our football field is where Casey's is right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then right across the road.
Right as you come into town, the football field.
That's where it was. And then the scoreboard was in the far east corner of that property right there where Dollar General is. And then there was like
How
where
the hell did they fit that in there?
Well, then like where the old library, the lead library is there, across the road to the west. That was where the new library is. And then there was a 3-story brick building right there that was attached to the auditorium, and that was where the high school was.
Oh wow.
I think Jason's class was the first class to graduate from the new school.
Oh, I poured that new parking lot last year when I worked at West Hudson.
Yeah.
Never want to do it again. I never want to deal with a Roggy ever again.
Yeah, you're not the only one who feels that way.
I know. There's a bunch of other people that feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other, because I know we're talking shop and it's just,
we're just talking everything.
Just talking
honestly.
everything, really.
Shooting the shit.
Random.
Which is fine.
You know, we flip each other off at work.
Yeah, you did mention that.
You'd be like, "Hey, Randy." He'd be like, "What?" And he just flips me
Randy.
off. Yeah, I'll have to show you the meme from Trailer Park.
Trailer
Boys.
Park Boys.
Trailer park, okay.
Yeah. I'll be walking
Bubbles.
by after I use the restroom. I go walk by his desk and be like, "Hey, Randy." He's like, "What? Look."
All I'm saying is, if I went to work and said, "Hey, Randy," and did that, I would
You'd
probably
get fired.
I'd probably get fired because
Yeah.
yeah, I don't need to go any further on that.
No, I think we all figured that out.
Our job is pretty laid back
Yeah.
when it comes to that stuff.
Well, and that's when, Braden was talking about looking at something. He looked at going to Volcraft, but they've got a hiring freeze.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I said, we got an opening for a warehouse guy. So him hauled around about it, and he decided to try it. And I'm like, it's got to be better than sucking the dog piss out of people's carpet, So, yeah, so he's probably in heaven now. He's not having to do all that nasty mold stuff because he worked for a place that did like water recovery from floods and fires and mess. And
I told him yesterday, I'm like, dude, you're going to want to wear shorts. I'm telling you right now.
I told him that too. He keeps wearing jeans and he's sweating like he's freaking running a mile, And
Crazy.
I did warn him, don't play country on the radio. He did this morning. I'm like, you got to change. You and Jason kept like, you got to change it.
Yeah.
That will go bye-bye.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that meme of Wayne County Life when he plays Smash Mouth at the work site, like a construction work site. This guy does, and everyone's like getting mad at him because he's playing Smash Mouth at the work site, and like throwing rocks at him, and he's like defending Smash Mouth, and then he drives away.
Shit, that might be something you might hear in the warehouse at our job. And no
Well, if you play country, this is what it sounds like. Because you don't want him to.
for Smash Mouth.
You all right there, buddy?
Yeah.
You got some in your eye?
Yeah, his finger. Are you crying? It's okay, Kale. We'll quit making fun of you tomorrow.
You're so mean to me. You
I
that?
know. Keeps it lively. You don't want it to
He
get
takes it well.
stale, at work.
You want there you go.
I don't know. I think it's funny that Sue has to sit there and look at my pictures.
That literally was her idea.
Hey, was it really?
Yeah.
Here, I'll find a picture and I'll show you, Sam.
All right.
He got a new picture yesterday.
No, I've had that one. I just printed it yesterday.
That's what I mean.
The cow costume one. That's kind of disturbing, actually. But
Remember all the walked up yesterday?
that's disgusting.
No, that's disgusting. All right, let me see here.
That's the wall of kale.
The wall of no, we call it the Cabbage Patch.
Oh, yeah, the Cabbage Patch. That's right.
Yeah. Or the Seaweed Farm, or whatever we called it. I don't remember what we called it. But.
Yeah.
The lettuce legend.
It is kind of disturbing when you think about that. Yeah, I got your picture all over my office.
You know, I'm curious to hear what customers would say when they walk up and see it. Like, what the hell?
Dude, I've been there for so long, they're not even going to, they wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story about one of our customers. I won't name any names, but he's an electrician from Pierce. Buddy of mine.
Okay.
So, a few years ago, one of the guys that worked at the store at the time, he's not there anymore, he went to a different company, but he got a goat for a wedding present as a gag gift. So, after work, me and my buddy, we'll just call him John, we were sitting in his driveway drinking beer. Well, we'd been drinking beer for a couple, 3 hours. So we were pretty good and snooted. And John called this kid up that used to work for us, called him up and he said, "Hey, what are you going to do with that goat?" He said, "You want it, come get it." And they were out west of Hayter. It was at his mother-in-law's house. He said, "All right, we're on our way." And I'm like, "Oh, boy." He looks at me and he goes, "We're going to Hayter." I said, "Dude, we're smoked. We're not going anywhere." He goes, "We're going to get that goat." John had this little white Nissan pickup, standard cab. So then there's two of us big monkeys in this little pickup, just drunker and Cody Brown. We take off for Hayter. We get to Hayter. We get this goat picked up. Well, as a joke, these guys took a pink feather boa and wrapped it around this goat, and they had it on a freaking dog leash, you know.
What the hell?
So we take it, and I thought John's going to put this goat in the back of the truck, you know, and tie it all in there so it don't go. No. Gertie rides in the middle between the two of us with this feather boa wrapped around it. So we stop at one of our friends' house between where we picked up the goat and the highway.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and he walks out, and he's talking, and all of a sudden he looks down, and he goes, "Is that a fucking goat?" I said, yeah, it is. So now there's two drunks and this freaking little goat with his feathers all over it sitting in this little pickup. And we pull out onto the highway to come back to Pierce. And I'm like, "Dude, don't get pulled over. This is going to be really hard to explain, you know."
Be a really bad situation.
That deputy's going to look at us and go, "Am I interrupting something with you guys?" And then he had that goat in his backyard for a while. Yeah. Yeah, we had to. And then it was like, I'd be out in my yard and just random people would be walking by or something. They'd be like, "Hey, where's your goat?" I said, "Jesus, how many people know about this freaking goat, you know?" All I did was go for the ride.
Before you know it, Chad knows about it. Like, "What the hell, you got to go?"
Yeah, that'd be the thing.
Yeah, Chad's something. But, oh well. I don't want to speak much because my wife works with his wife. And
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good, though. Just got to ignore a lot of it.
Yeah. You know, actually, there's one thing I should try to get in contact with Chad to tell him about how one of his electrician people are you know, taking pictures of someone's yard when, you know, they're supposed to be working.
Oh, I'm betting he's going to go, "Huh?"
Yeah. It's all right.
At least he's not taking pictures through your window or something at night.
I don't think Yoshi would go that way to do that. So, you guys have anything else?
I don't know. We talked about a lot. There's some good conversations, some good laughs, some good stories.
Definitely will have to do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to plug the socials in there?
Yeah. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify,
Agent Life Media
TikTok,
Group.
Agent Life Media Group.
Yep. We also have the gaming channel on YouTube.
Gaming channel.
TNT
Check out
Boys.
my first game on NCAA or College Football 25. Check out the other podcast, Touching Base,
Talking Dirt.
Useless Assumptions.
Yep. And yeah. All right. Peace out. Bye.
All right, peace out. Bye.